Hey guys, in this video we are going to be ranking every single Pet Simulator 99 Game Pass from best to worst and which one is actually worth buying with your Robux. So we're going to jump into the tier list and check out all of the Game Passes as we list them one by one. This is our tier list right here, pretty straightforward. Obviously, we have 4 tiers, which we are going to categorize the Game Passes. I honestly think 3 was just enough, but nonetheless, we're just going to do it this way. So starting out, we have Auto Tap. Now, Auto Tap is definitely up deserving on the S Plus tier. It's pretty much a huge damage boost and it impacts your game directly. You do more damage. Now, if you guys are familiar with simulator games, it is essentially your auto clicker or whatever you want to call it. Now, as you see here, basically every second it does a whole bunch of these taps. It's doing 31.4 million damage, and honestly, this actually adds up to quite a lot of damage. So yeah, Auto Tap definitely worthy of the S Plus tier list, and yeah. Not very expensive as well. I didn't actually check the prices. I can probably just pull up the sheet right here. 350 Robux. It is a little bit pricier than some others, but it's definitely worth its money and it's definitely worth a spot in the S Plus tier list. Next up, we have Daycare Slots. Now, Daycare Slots, 625 Robux actually, so it is a much pricier Game Pass. Now, Daycare does give a whole bunch of rewards, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to rank this Game Pass in the bottom of this tier list. And the sole reason for that is that this Game Pass is actually not affecting your gameplay directly. So even if you have less Daycare slots, you still play the game. You're not going to be missing out on way too much. And it's also pretty expensive. It's literally the same price as Plus 15X. Which is going to be our next Game Pass that we are going to be ranking in this list. Now, Plus 15 egg opens, obviously pretty insane. Doesn't need much to be said there, so definitely worth a spot as well in the S Plus tier list. 15 extra open eggs is a lot, and it definitely speeds up your process by a lot. Eventually, you are going to be strong enough where you will be grinding millions of platinum bars, which I don't even know what follows after the platinum coin. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. But you get the point. It's definitely deserving of the S Plus tier list spot. Next up, we have Lucky Game Pass. Now, Lucky Game Pass, it gives luck. Doesn't say how much actually. It was never specified in this game. 275 Robux. Now, obviously, luck is a very important part in this game, especially if you want to go out of your way to hatch huge and stuff like that. So we are going to put it comfortably in the S tier. It is very important to just have overall higher luck as it increases your odds of getting much better stuff. Now, next up, Ultra Luck. Ultra Luck as well, 800 Robux. Obviously, S tier list as well. It really adds up a lot to your luck and to what stuff you're gonna be end up pulling as you're opening your eggs. 800 Robux is also not that much for an ultra lucky Game Pass, so I would say that it's definitely worth. So yeah, we're gonna put it in the S tier list. Next up, we have VIP. Now, VIP is one of those Game Passes where in a lot of games it doesn't really do all that much, and it's mostly just an okay Game Pass. Now, in this game, after doing a little bit of testing earlier, VIP is definitely an S Plus tier list Game Pass, and the reason for that, honestly, is pretty straightforward. It is because of the VIP area. Now, benefits for VIP include exclusive hoverboard, the axolotl hoverboard, which I guess I can go ahead and mount up real quick. Now, don't ask me guys why my client is in Japanese, Korean, I don't know. I just literally relogged into the game and my client was like that. But anyway, there's the axolotl hoverboard. See what I did there? Instead of hoverboard, loverboard. Just a little bit of wordplay. And you also get gifts every 6 hours, which is pretty good. The first time I redeemed that, it gave me a whole bunch of boosts and diamonds, and you also get a chat name tag, which is completely useless. But the important thing is the access into this VIP area right here. And honestly, guys, this if you actually use diamond boosts and the diamond flag and a whole bunch of these diamond enchants that you have, the books right here, you can grind up to 2,000 diamonds every minute obviously if you have all of those boosts stacked up. And besides that, I don't really see how you can basically farm diamonds without having a lot of problems. So yeah, I would definitely say that this is an S+ Game Pass tier list just for the sake of being able to farm diamonds comfortably. And that's literally the only reason, again, why I would bother buying this Game Pass. I mean, the gifts are pretty good, but the VIP area to farm diamonds is what makes this a much worthy Game Pass. Now, next up, we have plus 15 pet equips. Nothing to be said there. 15 equips, a lot more damage, a lot more everything. This definitely goes straight to the S+ tier list. Like, nothing else to be said. Pretty self-explanatory. And I believe lastly, but not least, actually, no, we should be having 2 more Game Passes. We have the Huge Hunter, the most expensive Game Pass in this game, which costs over 3,000 Robux. Now, again, this boosts your odds of hatching huge pets drastically. So, essentially, guys, this is what it boils down to. If you are a player that's really going to play the Pet Simulator game a lot, it's something that you need to have, right? But it's not by any means necessary to play the game. It is a great Game Pass, but it's nothing that's game-breaking. So for that reason, we are going to put this in the A tier. Personally, I would go for Luck and Ultra Luck instead of a Huge Hunter Game Pass. And yeah, besides that, the cost is obviously drastically different. We're talking about 1,075 Robux instead of 3,250. Is literally just day and night. And last but not least, we have Auto Farm. Now, Auto Farm is a very cheap Game Pass. It costs only 175 Robux, and it's honestly just a quality of life Game Pass. I would say it's A, maybe bottom S tier, probably A tier. Essentially, what it allows you to do is, so for example, if I turn Auto Farm on right now, my pets will stay in this map and they will farm, and it doesn't matter. I can literally just run around the map, buy stuff from the traveling merchants and stuff like that. So it just boils down to being a quality of life Game Pass and nothing really much besides that. So yeah, I'll just put it in the A tier for now. Could be bottom S tier as well because it's really not that expensive. It just costs 175 Robux, so it's not really that expensive. But yeah, that's pretty much how the tier list should look like. Now, furthermore to that, we have a couple of in-game purchases. We do have starter packs and stuff like that, but I'm not really going to talk about them. If you go here to the enchants, we do have an extra, or rather 3 extra enchant slots, which honestly are pretty big and pretty important, especially as the game progresses and you actually end up getting your books to rank 5, or you unlock some of those mythical books that have specific uses and specific effects. These do become extremely valued. Now, the first slot costs only 400 Robux. It's the most cheap one, the cheapest one. The second slot costs 800 Robux, and I believe the third should be 1600, as it just doubles each time around. So yeah, these are pretty good as well. Like, I think they are definitely deserving an S tier spot. So yeah, we're gonna just put the enchants in the S tier spot, and I think that's pretty much it. This should wrap around the Game Passes tier list. I don't think we forget anything. I don't think there's other stuff in this game, at least so far. Back during the beta days, there were a couple more things. Clan Voucher used to be a Game Pass. Now, apparently, you can just like straight up buy it from the shop. So it works slightly different. Just go ahead and pull out the shop. Obviously, Dragon Eggs, everybody's familiar, casual Pet Simulator gameplay. And lastly, we do have these exclusive enchants that are only available for Robux. Now, we don't really know how good these are until somebody actually goes ahead and tests them. We don't even know like what this Lucky Block thing actually does, or it's just mimic. So yeah, we're not gonna categorize them at all for now. And yeah, that should pretty much just wrap up this tier list. Anyway, as always, if you guys have any questions regarding any of these Game Passes, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Goodbye.